So let's see. I'm just gonna do a study here. I've been still studying, like I said, on the Rapture and stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of books you can get, and here's like some more books. Let's see if we go to my Amazon. Can we still believe the Rapture? Now, this was featured on VCY America. So I like the station, Crosstalk, the radio show. They cover, and again, you can check this site online, and before you have to order the radio, and it's in my home state, Wisconsin. But there's some things I disagree with the crosstalk. Like if someone brings up the King James Bible, it seems like the host. I'm just being my honest opinion. It seems like the host doesn't want to talk about it, and I don't think that's right. I think it's like I think it is a subject that should be addressed, and it's just not good to avoid it. And I wouldn't mind them having a subject on that, a show on that. And the reason I don't think they do is because I don't know. I'm not sure what they really hold to if they think, you know. But anyway, well, they have guests on, and like some of it's good, and they got they got hymns and Christian music that's really good, and then they have Bible readings I like, and then they have some preachers and teaching, and which is good. And but then again, like some of it, like again, there's just some that I would be like cautious about, just because maybe some of the teachers on there might have said something, and at one time taught something that I wouldn't agree with, and then you kind of wonder, like for one thing, okay, yeah, some of their teachings are still beneficial, but maybe there could be some kind of warning, about that. So like that's the only thing, maybe if you had, like, say you still wanted that teacher on, or on your radio show, you could still put like a maybe a warning out, like, oh, this person said this, and so watch out for that, and just warning you, because that way maybe the person would say, okay, it is, maybe that was serious what I did, and I'm sorry. But if it just kind of gets ignored, then it's not really helping, I don't think. So they had, again, I don't know much about uh Ed Heinzen. I think I might have heard of him, and there's people that know, like, more about like the more about like the Bible teachers and Bible preachers. I don't know too much. Um, but about them. But more I was like on YouTube. So like that was like uh kind of for a while where I was getting, looking for my teaching. So I kind of know more about, but there's so many YouTube channels too. So it's like, but anyway, so then they featured this book, and it's gonna be a pre-trib rapture kind of thing. But I was reading one of the comments, and maybe it's down here. And it's good to know, who's promoting the book. And again, a lot of the Baptists, most teach a pre-trib rapture. So I'm just telling you that. And so and part of that comes from, I think, the Schofield Study Bible. So I'm just being honest. And sometimes I think they get taught it too in, like, the Dallas Theological Center, or whatever, seminary. And there's something else. What was I going to say? Something where it kind of gets to where it gets. Oh yeah, there's the Thomas Ice, and they have a whole institute of the Pre-Trib Rapture Institute, and that's where it comes from. A lot of it too. So the Schofield Bible, the seminaries, and then the seminaries tend to then go to Baptist church, which I go to a Baptist church, and they teach pre-trib, and we still you know get along. They wouldn't agree with what I think, but I still like the church. I love the people that are there, and I still feel like if you can get a good independent Baptist church, I feel like it can be a strong place, you know to worship, and meet other Christians and do stuff for the Lord. So that being said, I think someone said in this comment section, say I go to the one star sometimes. I don't know about you, but and then honestly, just uh, Oh, sorry, I don't like that one. Sorry, that's not the one I want to go to. Sorry if you don't read that one. Um, it must have been a separate, just that's why you got to watch out on YouTube, and you're gonna see comments, and I'll have to see about that. But I thought I was going to a 1 star that showed it could have been in the comment section. I don't know, but there was one part. It must have been in his other book. I thought they said, he was going, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Like I talked about before, Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse I think 2 through 4, and second yeah, and I think in like verse, what is it, verse 4? I better just get it so you know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna go through his books, and I'm gonna go through some other things, and maybe even listen to some audio and do it that way. But okay, so sorry, verse 3. Like I said, some teach this falling away is the rapture. That's not true. It's apostasy. And I think someone said in the comment review that he was teaching that the falling away is the rapture. I think. Okay, so we'll move on to the next book by him. I like to check. Okay, so I was checking out his books, and so then he's got a complete view. But I wonder again. This is about the end time, so I just imagine that it's going to be about the rapture again. Um, let's see here. And this sells a lot of books. Yeah, I'm interested in two. I think we should study of obviously the end times and stuff. So it looks like it's just a book on the end times. Um, See, then he promotes the Left Behind books, and I didn't honestly. I haven't read the Left Behind books. I think I got so that's another way it gets promoted, the pre-trib rapture. And um, I got one of his books like that he maybe made. It wasn't Left Behind, but I don't know. I never read it. I had it, and maybe I'll read it. It seems like it'd be an interesting read, but like honestly, we don't know exactly how it's gonna be. Like we know stuff. That is gonna happen, like the mark of the beast, and like so we do know what's gonna happen. But like to do like a novel story where like you're making up like characters and stuff. It probably would get people interested in that, or like maybe that someone didn't know about it. But I don't know Left Behind if they use the Bible verses. So like if you do that kind of book, like I don't know, because then you're mixing in like would it be fictional story with a nonfiction, with the Bible, and I don't know if that would work. But I would, still probably, I don't know. I just don't know about it because I'd rather just use the Bible, I guess. And I'm not saying I'm not like 100% against something like a end time prophecy novel book or something. But I think like the problem can be like you might, if you got it, something a little bit wrong, like we don't really know, like we know stuff that's going to happen, like I said, the mark of the beast and other things. But so we'll just go. But he admits he doesn't have every puzzle piece in place. But I wouldn't even say it's like a puzzle, like you know what I mean. But that's so uh, that's such fitting timing because the video I just played, what I had up before the video, it talked about solving the puzzle of the rapture, and I don't think it's a puzzle. I don't think we know the day or the hour. Obviously, like I can't say like it's gonna be at this date at this time. No one can do that. But I wouldn't say it's a puzzle. But I'm saying like, you know, again, what are the chances that I'm just going to this and it says puzzle, and then the video we're watching was about the puzzle of the rapture, and I thought, well, it's not really a puzzle, but so let's. But it can be kind of. And then the blood moon rising, and I never got into this. This was big in 2014. Again, these books sell a lot, and yeah, a person wants the material to get out. Like even when I'm doing videos, I hope that it gets views. It's not that it's a different thing to be doing a video or writing a book just to get views. And a person might say, well, it's good that way because then they can, hear the word of God and stuff. But the problem is you might be doing a subject, and I've seen it. I probably did it myself too. So I'm not, you know, so then it's possible. But I tried to avoid it, and I try not to do it. Like, doing a video just try to get views. I don't really the sometimes it is you get more views covering stuff that's popular. Like I got a video I can show you later that's warning against The Last of Us 2, the video game, and that's got a lot of views. But the reason why it did is I released it early when it was like the game was still in development, and it took like years to make, and now it came out, and more people are seeing it. And I didn't do it for views. I did it because I was, you know, I still like I haven't checked anything about video games hardly in years, but at that time I think I saw some kind of I was looking a little bit and I saw that or something on YouTube about it and I clicked on it and then I'm like I got to do a video about it and because it was popular, but I didn't do it just to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get," I did it because I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to do it." And this whole blood moon thing, I don't know much about it. I never got into it. I just thought from the beginning it just seemed a little strange or whatever. Like, I mean, but the Bible does talk about, the sun being darkened, and I think it says something like let me get it, which we covered it yesterday. But I just want to get it right. But the point of this is like the whole thing of prophecy does sell a lot of books, but sometimes, some of these books are not going to be right. And, I think that guy admitted it, but let's see it somewhere here. It's something like in verse 25, 6, 28, I think, right? Okay. So, 29. Let's see. Well, I can't actually find where I'm going here, but let's see if it's here. The moon became as blood in Revelation 6, verse 12. So, like, I don't know about this blood moon. You might know more about it. I'm just kind of going to skip it because I think how I remember, and again, Tim LaHaye. So he did the Left Behind. You know what I'm saying? So Tim LaHaye, he's got, if you can't see, it's right here where my mouse is. He did the Left Behind. And, mm, oh, and I don't know if I got it up yet, but maybe I'll get to it. I think it's still coming up. But in case I forget or something, there was something like one of the comments in one of these books that said, oh, this, something like, this prophecy stuff and something about the Antichrist. And thank God the rapture is going to be before the Antichrist. Otherwise, and that's how a lot of people, that's my whole point in making this video. Like I don't know if I'm going to be alive. Even then, you might not even be alive. Okay. So, but I mean, if someone's going to be learning these teachings and be alive, because millions of people heard it. And if a lot of these people think like, oh, thank God I don't have to worry about the Antichrist or any persecution like that, and they're wrong, do you think they're going to be really strong when it comes? I'd rather be like, hey, expect persecution, and then the argument that people try to use is, well, you're looking for the Antichrist. No, I'm not. But, what does the Bible say? Okay. I mean, if we're going to be here and the Antichrist is here, and that's what it says, how is the man of sin going to be revealed? Well, I think, how the Bible says the abomination of desolation. So you can study that, and we'll go to the next one. So Revelation, John Woolford prophecy commentaries. I want to keep this one up. I've heard about John Woolford, and I might even have something like a study Bible where they used his commentaries. I want to say I have if I still have it. And warnings against study Bibles. I still like a little bit to use study Bibles. A couple I have. Basically, like, just a few I use. But even then, the study Bibles aren't going to be always correct in their notes. Like, so I'm just saying that. So don't think like a study Bible has it all figured out. I mean, there are a few that are helpful, but you just gotta realize, I mean, I know some people even use, like I said, I haven't really used the Schofield Bible, but people say it's helped them. But then there's things where people say, hey, this isn't right. He was wrong in that. So just, I mean, obviously be careful. So this one I want to check out later. Again, it's really popular. So like, I don't know, not always something that obviously, the Bible is popular and that's good. but some of these, sometimes like, the Christian books that are really popular, sometimes, I'm not saying always, sometimes it can be, where there's a reason why it's popular, and it's, not always, you know, just because it gets a 5-star 112 ratings doesn't mean it's going to be, correct. And, I'm not even sure why this showed up with, because it's edited by, this guy. So I'm guessing it's going to be another pre-trib, Rapture. So, because the guy that we covered here, and again, they featured him in VCY, and I do like VCY, I do like it, but they really pushed the pre-trib, well, push or just teach. I don't mean push, sorry, but they teach it. But why not get the other side? I don't really care for debates too much, but like, you could just present that a case like, oh, here's some verses that I think shows why it's not a pre-trib, and you study it yourself. I kind of would like that, or like I said, the King James Bible issue. It's not an issue really. I mean, but why not just at least talk? If they don't think, about VCY, about the King James Bible or something, why can't a phone call just talk about it for a couple minutes without like the host saying like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. So 101 questions about Revelation. Again, it's more prophecy, and it's probably going to be more about the pre-trib rapture. I don't know if this is the one where it's like where that one comment was. Let's see. So I mean, I guess this guy gives his background, but look at PhD at the Dallas Theological Seminary, and I'm just saying like what I said earlier, that some of these seminaries are not going to be always teaching correctly, okay? And I'm going to study more in the Dallas Theological Seminary, okay? Like maybe you guys know more about them than I do, but I like to go through this. And if you're looking for books, and I'm going to be honest, and if you're still watching after like 20 minutes of this will be helpful. I, for a while, I wasn't, going to church and stuff. So maybe like some of you guys, you're trying to learn on your own. And so like I'd go on YouTube, right? And then I realized, well, I want to get a lot of books on the Bible and just pretty much not get as much as I can, but get a lot of books. And then my plan was, okay, then because you can't always like online see the book, and then buy the books, and then pick out which ones, buy them used, and pick out the ones I want to read, and go from there. And I was really studying a lot a couple of years ago, or even like a year, for a few years, and for like 2 years of reading books, and reading the Bible too. And a lot of it I was just soaking up. And then I came to realize, as I'm, you know, maybe studying other videos or books or reading the Bible more, that, well, I realized too that sometimes I was wrong. So that helped. So then I was thinking, well, some of these people, like you're supposed to, see what the scripture says. And then I realized a lot of the books actually, I like a lot of it, like, but then there'd be parts maybe that weren't correct. And I noticed like patterns and stuff, like some stuff with certain things that, maybe a lot of these books taught, uh, they've taught like kind of the same things sometimes, and it just didn't really line up. So then, I didn't know what to do, because then I realized, yeah, some of these books have good parts in them, but then, what do I do? And, some of the books I really thought were kind of weren't worth keeping or giving, so I tossed them out, and I didn't really care about the cost, because I didn't want to give it to somebody else. And now I got more books than I can read, and some of them aren't going to be that helpful, and some of them are going to be, parts are going to be good and some aren't. So I really don't know. The books that I kind of wanted to toss out, I tossed out. And then now I got books that, I still don't know if I'd give to somebody, but, I just keep them. And then there's some books that I do still like. But like the point is, out of all the books I bought, and there was I went overboard. And I hope it wasn't, you know, being greedy or anything, but you got to even watch out for that, So I'm just saying that, admitting that maybe it was a little, I was getting too much into it, like buying too much. But that being said, like the lesson learned is honestly, out of all the Christian books, there's only like going to be not, there's not that many that, you know, are really excellent, and there are some though. So I'm not against books. I'm just saying like, uh, it seems like the majority of them, and it could be even if I would have wrote a book like a few years ago, and it would have been, I probably wouldn't have liked it, because as you're studying, you're kind of learning, and like some of these people, like just got taught maybe some of this, and they're just passing it along, and they don't mean to do it and stuff, and some of it can be helpful. I'm sure some of this topics could be helpful in here. So I'm just kind of giving you a warning there. So the next book we go by that same, a digital winter, like this could be more like like a Left Behind kind of series of prophecy. And like I said, like I'm not really totally against it. It's just I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. I kind of explained it earlier about it, but I guess we could take a look at. I guess we can't. So we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, anyone watching it this far, what do you think is America in the Bible? You know, it doesn't list like America. Like if you don't know, like say someone's listening to this that hasn't read the Bible, it doesn't list the word America in the Bible or the United States. But I mean, maybe this is one I'll save for later and look into. I mean, technically, like you know, it talks about you know what's happening and stuff, like what's going on, prophecy and last days and how it should be. So I mean, the Bible does relate it to that, and it relates to us and America and stuff. But also, the Bible specifically names certain would you say kingdoms or nations, something like that, and then it names them by name, and just the word America or United States isn't in there. So we'll just go on to the next one. 2012, the Bible and the end of the world. The only thing I don't like about something like this, because in 2012, there's people believing that something was going to happen. I didn't know, because stuff does happen, and I thought what was possible, right? But I didn't think it'd be like the end of the world, because obviously we have Bible prophecy, and there's stuff that's going to happen over you know years. And so like if it started in 2012, it wouldn't be the end of the world. We'd still have years left. So like I don't know, this could get people like the cover, could get people a little worried, if they see like New York getting burnt, But see, I would just kind of avoid these. You could do a book on 2012 and just say, hey, and show the word of God, and you can see what it says here. So maybe that's how he does it. He could be using the 2012. Um, hopefully, um, who cares about the Mayan calendar really? So I'm not going to look at it because I don't want to know. But hopefully he used the 2012 subject to draw people to the Bible and show them, that. So this is just another Bible prophecy book, 1999. So I guess he's been doing it for a while. So, you know, the heaven and back, are they real? You hear so much about it that you'd have to think, just logically that some of, just saying some of them, like I don't really want to get in a topic, but some of them you think, aren't real because there's so many people that said, either in a dream or when they died, they went here or there. So I'd say if anything, instead of like saying, well, well, is it possible or, this or that, I'd just say, just I guess kind of like caution and about it. So the next one, maybe the last one. Let's see if this. Okay, and I don't know. I'll just skip this one. But the reason why they're doing this, and maybe this is the one where they said that the catching away. Let me just see real quick. Maybe it's because I thought it was a 2-star one, so this might be it. Let's try to read it. I don't think this is it. Well, it might be though. Let's see. I guess this might not be it. I just like I said, someone. I was just trying to find. Yeah, I'm just reading that. Sorry about that. So, and sometimes you can see what the other person reviewed. I might not do that, but then, so I guess there's a short video. I mean, I'll kind of add it to the pre-trib. Um, let's see here. So like that was I was saying, solving the mystery of the puzzle, and I don't really think it's like a puzzle, but I don't want to make it too long this video, so I do got the playlist created. I can just show you real quick. End the video then. Okay, it should be somewhere here. Well, I don't know if it shows the playlist, but it is somewhere here. I mean, if you check my channel and playlist, maybe I can, put it up here so you can see it better. But I did do a playlist, and here it is. Uh, Warning against the pre-trib rapture, and here I have, some of the videos that I did, and I'll just, still probably add to this playlist as we go on, and try to make it a pretty good playlist where someone can, if they really want to study it from, trying to do like different perspectives as far as kind of showing you like first through the Bible and then kind of explaining it like I am now, like how this kind of pre-trib thing is all over. And and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry about it. I'm not trying to be. And so, but I mean, I think I just want to close that. If someone still can be a Christian and it's disagree on the timing of the Lord's return and the rapture, basically. I mean, well, they'll say that the Lord's return, the rapture is like before the Lord's return and um, that before that kind of stuff. But I guess the point is just we can still disagree on you know as Christians on like the rapture and still be Christians and have fellowship, I think, with each other. So just want to say that. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and God bless. And if you have any comments or you know Bible verses, you can put them in the comment section.